Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Wind Down with Joce Vin.
So, today we have Steven. Welcome back.
Hey, everybody.
It's been a year,
Yes.
since we had our Sex and Priorities episode.
That was like
Yes.
our most viewed.
And actually, Steven was our very first guest.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, was that really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back up that. Was that really your first guest?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm glad
So
to do
it's
that.
pretty dope, and we usually record at the studio, but now we took it back to where we first began with our first guest, with our videographer,
Yes,
Friends.
Friends.
Shout out to
Thank you.
Friends.
Ooh.
Josh and I. So we're back in Joce's living room
Yes. Welcome
for
back.
a nostalgic feel,
Yes.
and it's pretty dope.
How do
I'm
you
using
feel?
college words around me. Nostalgic feels like I
What is
I need
that?
to
Wow.
remind.
Tell the world where you've been.
So since last year, since like everybody's seen me, I joined the army. I'm right now active duty. I'm currently in Fort Benning, Georgia, finishing up basic training. And
Are you supposed to keep that a secret?
No, that part I can say. That part I can say. But afterwards, I January 17th, I'll be sent to my duty station. Whether it's like I said, Joshua today, it could be anywhere in the States or as far as Italy, Germany, Kuwait, South Africa. So it differentiates from wherever I go. So I'm like right now just glad to be home for the holidays, and it wouldn't be right if I'm not home and like we revamp this whole sector priority conversation. Cause
Exactly.
when we hit the 1 year mark, I got I seen you tagged me into it when I had it on my phone, and I watched it, and then I sat down for like an hour and I watched the whole
Oh, I didn't know
YouTube
that.
video with a couple of my buddies from my bay. I was like, yo, this is what I used to do when I was back home, and like we sat there and watched it, and I was like, yo, dude, like these I know Vince since high school, like right at that, like, I love him. Met Josh when we were doing this, like I love her, to death, great person, and everything. So it's like it was great to do this, and then.
Because even before you came onto the show, Steven was also doing like
Yeah, he
his
has
own.
his own. Well, he
Yeah.
had his own.
I
I don't know if he does it. He still
Yeah,
does.
I was doing my own YouTube thing, and like it was a great outlet to like get over what I was going through at that point. So it was fun. And then when I seen Josh and Vin go do the wind down and everything, and it blew up. Like I was telling Josh earlier today, like I came home and I'm going through my Instagram at the time, and I seen what they've progressed from like day one, from we're in the living room to where you guys are right now. You guys are in the studio. You guys are on TV. You guys it's amazing how I seen like two people just go on and run with something so amazing, and I'm like so happy and proud of what you guys have done.
Thank you.
Wow.
From the bottom of my heart, like every time I got my phone, I've always got I used to when I had my Instagram, I had a notification for Wind Down to see what was going on, and I always used to see like it evolved day in day out. It evolved week in and week out, and it's like I'm really happy that you guys like took an idea and ran with it, and it was like, and it just keeps going forward and forward and forward.
And we're
You guys
still
just-
running.
Yeah.
Not
we
even just
are.
running, like you guys are just progressing more, and it's like once I seen you guys had that studio, I was like, yeah, that's it. Like they're just gonna keep going. It can't get any better than this. Like they're just gonna keep on going better and better and better. And it's like I'm so happy for you guys, and I'm like so proud that you guys
And
that we
it's
started from
funny.
here.
Yeah, right from right here.
From
like,
here.
right in
And
this
you
living
guys-
room is where we started.
And you guys are at
And
the point where you're at now.
even like I think it was like probably like a month after the video was released, Steve was like, I want to go again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we gotta do this again. We gotta do this again. And it's like, a lot has changed from that point now, and it's pretty dope. Like, Josie started her own adventures, and she started, her path to what she wants to do. And, Steven joined the army.
Right. It's like, ooh.
He
Wow.
literally, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
what you were gonna say something?
Change the city, man.
Oh, yeah, and
Change the city.
it's dope. And then it's like I started college, like I just finished my first semester, like,
Right.
and it's just that like
I knew
from
that.
1 year to like again we've grown in the wind down, but individually like
From
we
the
have
year-
No,
grown,
we have. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
from
really dope to be here.
That's like what you were saying. I don't know if you want to say, but it's like when you come
Oh,
back from 4
yeah.
months, it's like you see the people around you. Have they grown or have they not grown? Like we were having a conversation before you came, before anyone came, and I was telling him I'm doing trying to get into real estate and all of this stuff. So it's like our priorities have changed.
Yes.
Which I think is dope that we have this episode. And I was telling Vinny, I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna come back with his earrings like he did last time, his hair crazy.
Like I said, I looked for my earrings. I was looking for my earrings, and I was like, and I stopped looking. I was like, I don't even care. Like I'm not gonna. And when I go back, I'm not gonna wear my earrings.
Right.
And it's like I don't care about it anymore. It's like I got bigger priorities now. It's like my rings, so what? Like I don't care. Like I wonder if I pay for my health insurance this month. Like, that's what I was thinking about at that point. I was like, you know what? It's whatever. So it's like looking back at that first video to where we all three of us were at that point in our lives to where we are now. It's like shit. Like a year can change. And like I was saying earlier, like 4 months. I've been gone 4 months and I'm coming home. It's like I'm seeing people that like I've been close to my whole life and just like stagnant and are happy with what they're at. And I'm just like, dude, like I love you to death. And you're always my man's, but it's like where you're at in your life right now, where I'm at, it's like
it's different.
It's different, and I a lot of people
no shade.
And a lot of people probably like looking at this right now, but like, yo, Steven's the last person to talk about this, which is true, but it's like it takes for you to basically get your shit punched into you to realize like I need to wake up and like I need to look at things from a bigger picture.
Because a year ago, you were going through a lot.
Yeah, a year ago, I was like...
throughout this year, you know?
I was at the bottom of what I could be, and I was, like, in and out of work and working odd jobs, and it was just, like I was saying, Josh, like, I was standing at work, staring outside my window, and I was like, I can't do this. I quit on the spot and went downstairs to the recruitment office and signed up because it's, like, I need the discipline. I need the reality of life. I need to be able to go somewhere and be like, all right, if I don't do this, I'm going to get my shit punched in. If I don't do this, like, I need, like, it's different. Like, waking up at 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. From coming home from the club to, like, coming home at 3:30, 4:30 to waking up at 3:30, 4:30. So it's like, it's a big difference to making your bed every day, like, a specific way to, like, doing what we're doing. So it's like...
I'm sure if they see my room, they would have kicked me out a long time.
So it's like, it's different than, like, folding your clothes a specific way.
Right.
So it's like, it's completely different. And I'm glad I did it. And it helped me a lot to move from like progress to where I was, and not only that I progressed, like everybody that you could tell when certain people want to progress or not, and like I could tell like you guys want to progress with this wind down. No, Vin's in college, like,
right? Exactly.
Vin's in college, Vin's in college. I'm happy, like
yes.
I don't care what he's majoring in. I'm
doing pretty fucking good.
I don't care what he majored in.
A's,
he can major in like.
I got my GPA was 3.6 people.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is an A-B student. I got one B. The rest was
A.
But you also gotta share your struggles, and it's like I did fail my math. And I'm gonna take it again until I pass it. And
honestly, I think that's like the beauty of it, of progressing and living life, is that you are going to win some and lose some. I feel like when you lose some though, it's like people have to take that as a lesson. It's not, I lost, okay, I'm gonna give up. It's, I lost, what can I do better next time? How can I grow from that? Instead of just quitting, because you could have been like, all right, I quit, like I lost, whatever, I failed at math, I'm just not gonna do it. It's not for me. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
But you're not having that mindset.
And I know with you, like...
Yeah, with the real estate. So I was telling Steven, I took the class, I passed the class, I passed the school exam, and then I'm taking a state exam. And it's like, so I don't know why, but I can't fucking pass it to save my life. Like, I don't understand. But instead of being like, okay, it's just not for me, no, I'm going to keep going.
Is there a point in your life where, well, throughout this year where you failed on something and you kept trying?
Yeah, like, so like when we're there, you take a... APFT exam. So basically, like you do how many push-ups you can do in 2 minutes, how many push-ups you can do in 7, and then 2 sit-ups in 2 minutes, and how quick you can run a 2 mile. So it's like the first two are like we want to see where you're at. The third one and the fifth one are graduation requirements. So I failed the first one. I failed the second one. So I got to the point I'm sitting on my bunk and I'm just like, dude, like. I feel this third one, I can go home. Like all this work I put into like where I'm at now and trying to better myself can go down the drain. So it's like I need to like really like
take it serious. Push
forward or embrace the suck. Mm-hmm. Like embrace the suck and like I give up. So what I did was, you know what, I'm gonna embrace the suck, but I'm gonna push forward. Because it's gonna suck where I'm gonna be at. It's gonna suck I don't have a family, it's gonna suck that I'm there surrounded by guys every day. So it's like egos, everybody gets tested and everything. So it's like you have to embrace it. So I embraced the suck and I was like, you know what? Come the third test, I'm gonna push my heart. I'm push my body to limits that I've never experienced. And you get there. And I managed to pass my third one, I passed my fifth one, got my patch, got my graduation requirements, like I'm done with everything. But it's like there's times where you've been there and it's like you gotta like mentally, like I was saying Josh, like the first 3 weeks are there to emotionally break you. To feel like, to see if you're emotionally stable enough to be there. Because you're going through hell and back.
And you went, you went away. When was it? The beginning of the summer.
I left the end. I left September 4th.
Oh, so the very end.
Yeah, very end. Like, so I got to enjoy my little
I literally, like, till the moment he left, he was like, I'm about to leave, like, let's do this episode.
Yeah.
And we were booked.
Yeah.
I know that. So I was like, don't be sorry.
We're
Like,
booked and busy.
I'm high. So it was like, every time I texted Vin, I'm like, go Vin, I want to get back on it. I want to do Wind Down again. And he's like, he said, we're booked. And then he was like, we're booked. I remember I asked him in June. I say, Vin, I want to get on Wind Down again before I leave and everything. He's like, yeah, we're booked till August. And I was like, I looked at my phone. I was like, till August? Like, dude, like, you guys are doing your thing now. Like, I was happy.
We're trying.
I was happy. Like, I was really excited. Like, I don't care being rejected because
you weren't rejected.
I wasn't rejected. It was like
just...
I couldn't fit the schedule because you guys are like, you have this person coming, this topic, and I was like, yo, this is honestly amazing to see like something so small that just a little hangout.
Right.
Literally. What a hangout turned into a big sensation. Like, and everybody, I know everybody wants to get on this because everybody knows Wind Down is that thing. Like, I'm in a group chat with my buddies from the army and everything. I told them, I said, yo, I just sent them the information. I think, yo, tune in live. Like, I'm on live right now. Watching it. We're gonna watch it. Like, watch it. This is what I was doing before I was leaving. Like, these are two people like I'm really close with. Like, they're amazing people. Like, what they're doing right now with this whole thing, it's amazing. Like, it's truly like an experience that you will never experience without being there.
Yeah, and it's like
that's great.
Also, yeah, that's dope. But also, what I'm getting out of it, like we're talking about priorities. It's like, you know, me and Joce, we from a year ago to now, we have so much different priorities. Yeah. But Wind Down is still one of the same priorities that we still have.
I was having this conversation with somebody too, and they're like, "What was like have you been consistent with anything pretty much in your life?" Because I had to sit down and like actually prioritize like my priorities, like what it is that I'm doing. And I was just thinking, and I'm like, really? Wind Down is the only thing that I've been so consistent at and so like in love with, and
it's been great.
Oh my god! But Vinny is like such a help to. When it was just me, I wasn't prioritizing it. But when it's us, we're just, I don't know. It's just we're just dope.
Like I told you guys earlier, just you guys reflect on one another. You told me there's that where you're panicky and Vin's chill one.
Right.
Vin's panicky and you're the chill one.
Yeah.
So you guys balance each other out in this.
Yeah, it's definitely a
since
balance.
day one, you guys been a great mix at doing this.
Right.
So it's like the evolution of Wind Down has been great because the two hosts, you guys hosting, it's like you guys reflect on one another.
Right.
Whether you're panicking, Vin's the calm one. It's never you both are panicking.
And it's a hot ass mess.
Yeah. It's you're panicking because, let's say for example, oh, what are we gonna eat? Vince shows up with a pizza pie.
Right, and I was supposed to get stuff, by the way, and he didn't even know, and he just came.
And
in.
I was,
like,
and
just,
you didn't even know.
Yeah. So it's like the little things that like, whether you guys notice it or not, it's like when time goes on, the way you guys have been doing it and how Wind Down has gone, you guys been reflecting on each other in and out. So like every Friday when every other week when I've gotten able to see on my phone, I've been able to tune in a little bit of Wind Down, watch Wind Down, and I seen the progression. And I seen how great you guys doing, the success that you guys are building.
Cheers to Wind Down.
So yes, cheers to Wind Down.
Because
you guys have been very successful since day one. You guys have been very successful, and you guys are still doing that in and out. So it's like I'm proud because I was a part of the first when they first started.
Also,
and not only that, like I've known Vince since high school.
Right.
I know what Vince been like, and I literally what Vin be like. I know what it's like, and it's like to see what Vin has evolved to. It's like I'm super proud of my brother for being very successful with this, especially not just with Wind Down, what he's done outside of Wind Down, how big of a promoter he is now. It's like you go to LaBoom, and it's like I'm going to LaBoom, and everybody's like, yeah, I'm going because Vin be like posting it. I can sit there and be like, I know him.
Right.
I went to high school with him.
People be like, oh, I need to go to LaBoom. Who should I hit up? I'm like, hit up Vinny.
Yeah, hit up Vinny. Like I was like, I know him. Matter of fact, we used to have math together. I used to show up, and he would text me when a fight would come up, and I'd be in class.
Right. You know how I knew
funny.
Wind Down was like going like. I always knew it was going to be something, obviously, with us too. But I knew for a fact when I was at work, and who was it? No, not even. The first time I ever got approached was I was at a club. And it was like the ending of a club. I was waiting for the owner or whatever. We're going to leave. And these guys came up to me and they were like, oh, you're the girl from Wind Down, right? And I was like, wait, what?
Me? Wind Down? No.
What? I'm like, yeah, our podcast. Yeah, like from Wind Down. No, I am Wind Down. We are Wind Down. But no, I was like, wow, people actually, like, I didn't know them at all.
Like it's literally like it's been going so good that people think there's a whole production behind it.
Yeah,
Like,
they think it's something
you're
bigger
from
than what it
Wyandotte.
is.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
no, we are Wyandotte.
Huh.
You know, and I'm also proud of the people who have helped us along the way, like our videographer friends,
Yeah, from the
our
beginning.
studio owner Desiree. You know, all of our guests who have came and some that we've contacted, but others that have contacted us, like we want to be on the show. Like,
Yeah,
it's a very good feeling.
right now we're booked until February.
I'm
Yes.
glad I got
And even I have people like from out of the state too. They're like, I want to go. I'm gonna be in town in February. I'm like, well, you need to let me know ASAP because we're booking.
I'm glad I got to sneak into like the little
Yeah, we
2
made
weeks
This
on
was
time
here.
last
for
minute.
Vin-
This
yeah,
was
for
definitely
Steven.
last minute, but we was like, we're gonna do this because
Yeah.
literally, how dope is that? Like a 1 year later episode.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
And
like,
I was telling him we don't have the sex and priorities on a podcast. We only have it on YouTube. So I think it's dope that we can have it.
Yeah, and that podcast, I remember when you guys first started doing the podcast, I listened to 3 episodes, and I was like, yo, this is why I'm on my phone listening to this. I'm not even staring at it. I'm listening to this, and I feel like I'm there already.
Oh, I
It's
love
like I'm
that.
there with them. And it's like, they do like, this podcast should have been like, when we did sex priority, this shit would have been awesome.
And look.
I would listen to it every single day, and now we're at the point where it's like a year later, we're doing it because you guys, again, like I said, you guys, I've made it this successful. Not because of anybody else, because you guys have prioritized this every
it's
weekend.
about consistency too.
Yeah.
You know, like it feels good to look back.
Like week in, week out, you guys been on this and prioritize this, and it's like, it's amazing. It's amazing to like, for me personally, to be part of it from the get go, and it's like,
Definitely.
I'm so proud of you guys. Like from the bottom of my heart, I'm proud of you guys.
Thank
I
you.
wish you guys
Thank
nothing but the best,
Thank you.
and keep going.
So we spoke about our priorities and what our priorities throughout the year. What are your priorities now? Like any new priorities or?
Well, as far as my priorities, I'm looking forward to like once I get to my duty station and my first contract, I'm looking forward to getting into a lot of Army schools, go airborne, air assault, go to Ranger school, and hopefully I get that done within my first contract. And then after that, I'm looking forward to getting back to school, getting finish up, getting my degree, whether if it's in liberal arts or trying to go back into culinary. It's like it's gonna be a hard transition, but that's like what I'm planning to do. And then after that, I'm just gonna keep it going. Like from right now, from where I stand now, I could happily say that I plan on being in service for the next 20 years.
Wow.
Dope.
And then after that, because I'm fairly young, I'll be retiring at 44, and it's like I can still start another career after that.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
That
right
is,
now,
young.
So right now, that's like my main focus, and just being there for my daughter and make
and
sure.
we thank you
she's
for your
getting
service,
Yes.
honestly.
Like I appreciate like lately it's funny because everybody always tells me that, and I appreciate people telling me that, but like I haven't done much yet.
Right,
Yeah,
but
but
still, the
you
fact that
still-
you even do it, and he told me too. He's like, I wanna go, like
Yeah,
I wanna fight, like I
wanna
wanna
go.
be there, and
Like, I
I'm like,
wanna
not
be
a
in
lot of
the fields.
people, because I was telling him I know some people who are in the army, but they're not fighting. They're just like they have their jobs and they have their homes, and then that's just it. But he's like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I want to be in the field. Like I was saying to us, like before I got here, we spent the whole week in the fields. Like you spend 5 days, 4 nights in the field, like no shower, no nothing. You're surviving off MREs, like, and it's like you realize like what life is about. Cause like it's 2 a.m, you're putting security off, staring in the middle of the woods at nothing, and just like all you can do is just think about where you want to prioritize everything. What you want to do when this is done. Like, do you want to leave an impact, or do you want to just be another in and out? Like 4 years is done. And I look back at it. I'm looking at it now, and I'm just like, I want to be able to look back and be like, I did my full 20, put my daughter through college, did everything right by what I need to do by, and then I'm still young and I can just do another career after that. That's the whole big point. That's the whole big picture of it. Because a lot of people that they're in the service, that afterwards they're just like, they don't know what to do afterwards, and unfortunately, some people end up homeless, and like that's why people, a lot of veterans end up homeless like that. So I want to break that
cycle.
Yeah, and I want to be able to plan out.
Prove that there's more to life than just the service that you provided for so many years.
Yeah,
and then that's it.
Yeah, I want people to not be able to look at me like, oh, you served, what else can you do? Like, I want to be able to, I served, got my degree, and I'm, let's say a year from now, I'm a lieutenant, or a year from now, I'm a specialist or a sergeant. Like, I want to be able to do stuff like that instead of staying stagnant in one position. And it's like, that's what I prioritize, and that's like my goal for the next X amount of years, whatever, how long I'm still in it.
And I know you come from a family of service.
Oh,
like
I
his
didn't know
family
that.
members, yeah, they have served.
My older brother served in the Marines, and I have cousins. All my cousins served in the Marines, and then also my daughter's family has people serving in the Marines.
Wow.
I have a lot of friends. One of my closest friends, my teammate from high school, he's actually in I can't remember. I think he's in Hawaii, back in Hawaii right now. But shout out to Osiris. I went to high school with him and everything. He's I've been talking to him.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I've been talking to him in and out. Like he's giving me advice and everything, what to do and everything. So it's like I'm surrounded by people that know what it's like and what to expect. So it's like I'm not like in there like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Like I have the corner to back me up. So I'm happy about that.
I think that's dope too, and that, like you said, it helps you because I'm sure if people are going into it like without knowing anything, it's a shock. Obviously, it's still a shock to you. We were talking about when he was out and like you have to figure it out. You have a compass, a protractor, whatever. I was like, I look at my GPS and I get lost.
Yeah, I was telling her because we had a land navigation. We had a practice for land navigation, and they give us a protractor, a pencil, a compass, and a map, and they tell us to go find these 5 points. Be back in X amount of hours. And I was telling them, like, for 3 hours, I got lost. Like, I sat down on a log and embraced it. And my battle buddy at the time, he's young. He's the youngest kid in the company, but he's a stud, like, top notch stud. Like, he's built for this. Like, you could like, there's people that are joining that aren't, but he's built for this. Like, good kid and everything. I look out for him. Like we all look out for him. He's the little brother of the Bay. Like we pick on him.
He's with the shit.
Yeah, we pick on him and everything because he's the youngest one. But like we hold him down. Like he's the little brother and he's with it. But at that point he was like, "Where are we supposed to go, Panetta? I don't know what to do." And I was like, "Bro, just embrace it. We're gonna die here. We've been lost for 3 hours. We're gonna die here. Just sit down and embrace it. We're gonna die in the middle. We're gonna die in the middle of Georgia." And as I said that, at the time it's still hot outside, so there were still snakes in the woods and everything. So a snake passed by, and I was like, "Yep, this is definitely where I die." And I told them, and as we said that, we heard people in the vicinity, so we started walking towards them, and we heard them closer and closer, and then we met up with them. We're like, asked them where you're going here. We're on this point. And I was like, "Yeah, we're going there too." They're like, "You got that point?" I said, "No," and now we have that point. We're gonna go there, and from there we're gonna find where we're at.
Right.
Exactly.
So it was dope. Like you don't have like.
It's about teamwork.
That's what it is, and I was saying too. It's like, especially coming from New York, it's what's the craziest thing? The trains. Like we just have to know the trains, or if you're driving, like which way to take, but. Going from this to that, you're learning. Like I was saying, you're learning so much because that's stuff that you need to. We should be knowing that.
Yeah, definitely.
We should know. God forbid there's no more technology. How the hell are we gonna get around?
My history teacher, it was like, oh, like he was my professor. He was telling us, oh, like how do you know from like to get from one point to another point, like north or west or south? And somebody was like, oh, I just put on my GPS. And he's like, so you're relying on a blue little dot, like to take you somewhere. So if I take you to that blue dot,
how are you gonna get there?
How are you gonna get around?
Even me sometimes too, though, with the GPS, I walk that way and I realize it's the other way. So I'm looking like an idiot. I'm like, oh my bad, it's the other way. Even with a GPS, I can't get it.
Definitely.
Like it's different. Like over there, I was like, I made a joke too. We're in the group. I was like, yo, you can leave me in the middle of New York. And I'll find a train station and I can get home. You leave me in the middle of the Georgia woods, I'm gonna figure it out. Like they give us like you gotta like do like a little math to like how to figure out the degrees, the azimuth you shoot and everything, which direction, whatnot. So like I sat there one day and I did it, and I do math to this day the way I learned in middle school. And like I went to middle school the other day at St. John's, and I spoke to a middle school teacher, like I did math, like because of you I was lost at one point, and I did the math that he taught me to, and I found a way to get out. And she was like, "Oh, that's amazing." So I was like, so I learned that way. So like, I learned now, like especially being from a city kid, you're relying on public transportation. I've learned from now that I can be in the middle of what's bubblefuck. Like you can put me in the middle of the states now and just give me a compass and a map. I can find my way now because of what I've learned. So it's like now it's like this is great. Like I've learned life lessons as long as don't get lost because you're gonna get sucked.
I have a question. So for you guys, I know you can't really have your phone like that, can you? Or
so right now during basic training, we don't have our phones. Like we'll get a phone call every 3 weeks at the end of each phase. So I get a family know, hey, we're finished with this one. We're still up to, we're still up to graduation requirements.
Okay.
But after I'm done with basic training, it's basically like the way they explained it was like a 9 to 5 job. You have your phone with you all the time, but you still gotta oblige by the rules. And it's like you have your weekends off. Fridays you could chill with the guys, go drink and everything. Like it's a regular job.
You're good.
Yeah,
it's just if you're called, you gotta go. Pretty much.
Yeah. But if it's like if your company is like, oh hey guys, we're going this with X Y and Z, we're doing this training, cool, you gotta go do it. So it's like it's dope. Just now it's just like these 14 weeks just suck because you're just like fuck, like you gotta listen to one person. It's like my drill sergeant, he's 27. He's fairly young and everything.
Yeah,
dope
that is
person.
young.
He's dope and everything. He's been at 2 combat deployments. Like he's been shot at and everything. Like he's young. He joined when he was 18, so he's young. And it's like so when you sit there and like you realize like damn, like these guys like they're my age. Like they're close to my age and they're doing all this. It's like you have to like embrace it. It's like
yeah, my uncle, shout out to Teolito, he is in the service too, and he's been serving for years since I was a little girl. I think he went young, probably when he was 18, probably a little older. I'm not sure, but he's been serving for a very long time, and he's got deployed and he's been out. I was telling him with his family, they're married, so obviously she travels wherever he travels. But that's what we've been talking about too, like for priorities with your daughter. Like how is that going to be for you?
Like I told you earlier, like regardless of my situation and everything, like you know, I'm doing right for my daughter. Like I make sure that she's set for everything. Like I'm gonna make sure she's set for life for college and all that. Like I want her to be the happiest, no matter what. I don't want her to go through any struggle that me or her mother has ever gone through, or like, or not struggle wise, as far as like sit there and be like, do I really want to do this? Like I want her to be like full in it. And like as far as like me going away, it's like whether me and like let's say like down the road, things work out, like me and mom like are happy and everything, like whatever. It wouldn't be fair. Like I was saying earlier, it wouldn't be fair because let's say if we didn't make things work out and I tell her to come with me, that's like you're asking someone to pick up their bags and travel halfway across the globe with me, and then after that, let's say I get deployed to combat deployment and she's home alone. It's like you're asking someone to stay home alone and to raise a child alone
in a foreign place.
I think just a foreign place. Like yeah, so it's like here you have all the help you need, and it's like it's not right.
Right.
It wouldn't be right. That's me being selfish. So as much as I love them both and I want them to be nothing but the happiest, they're happy here.
Right.
Whether it's me in the picture or it's not me in the picture, they're happiest here because they have the family support, they have work, and everything is home here.
Right.
This is home for them. So I'd be the self one to be like, hey, let's make things work out and let's move. No, that's not right. I wouldn't live right by that.
So you're prioritizing their comfortability and their happiness.
Yeah, I'm prioritizing the fact that their happiness and their life here, and that everything is like here and this is home for them.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be right to ask somebody to pick up their bags after especially after everything's going on. It's like, you know, you love somebody so much, you want them to be happy, and if happiness means not with you, then that's what it has to come down to.
I wanted to ask you though, since
For
it's all
me?
about fire. No, him.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm touching your shoulder.
Okay.
We're gonna ask Vinny, what are your priorities now? Do you feel like they've
Yes,
changed?
college boys.
Right?
So, well, I
Straight
mean,
A's.
looking back from a year ago, you know, my priorities back then was, I was saying, like, you know, my girlfriend, my family, and like the wind down. But looking now, it's like those priorities still are the same, but I do have new ones now. Like I started college back in September, and it took me a while. I was out of school for about like 4 years, and I knew what I was capable of, but I've like surprised myself so much, you know. And it's like my girlfriend always tells me like, wow, like I'm so proud of how good you're doing and how serious you have been in school, you know. And it's pretty dope to see that now. You know, again, like I said, we'll have the same priorities as before, but we'll always have new ones. And
Of course.
it definitely feels good. So yeah, right now, obviously I prioritize my relationship. A year ago, like even the beginning of this year, I took like 4 or 5 trips. Like
Vinny,
I would prioritize my vacation. Then it's like that's one priority that I have not, that, you know, like I let go for now because I don't have the time for it. But before, a year ago, I definitely would be prioritizing my vacations, my me time. But me being in school and me like making a future for myself, that's my new priority. And it's pretty dope, you know, to think how much things can change from 1 year. You know, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's different. I'm
it
so
feels
happy.
good.
I'm happy. Like I'm like hearing you like college and everything. I'm happy, man. Like I'm really
Right.
like, especially going to high school too, and like seeing how high school you and high school me were.
Yeah, I didn't even finish high school.
So where we are now, like
Right.
Honestly, I didn't
How
even
did you-
finish
I'm
high school.
happy
That
with it.
was in 2015, and
Yeah.
now I just started like my freshman year in college, and we're going into 2020. So it's like my priorities didn't change. I just added, and that's pretty dope.
I love that. I am
But
proud
you,
of
Josh, what are your priorities now that we're a year later, we'll wind down. A year later.
1 year later.
I didn't even remember what my priorities were then. But right now it is getting my real estate license. I definitely want to do that by the end of the year or in the beginning of 2020. Wow, we're going into another year. Isn't that crazy?
We just passed the entire decade. Like,
We literally did just pass an entire decade. But definitely that. Also just being more responsible with what it is that I do. I feel like for a while I was just living just to live. Like it was just whatever happens, happens. And I kind of still have that mindset, but more responsible. Like there are repercussions to the actions that you take, and there are people in your life you want to keep, and there are certain things that you need to change in your characteristics. So I definitely I'm prioritizing that. Also with royalty, my company, I'm prioritizing that. We're having a toy drive soon, so I really want to give back to the community, and I really want to show what my company is about. What happened?
I just want to shout out to my man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ray, Davis, and Flores watching this right now. My battle
That's
buddies,
dope.
my road dogs right now.
My bad
I'm looking at them. I could have
Jocelyn
seen.
wasn't just getting
Yeah,
into her
I know.
party.
I
fucked it
know.
up.
I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, control, but
No,
I
it's
seen
okay.
it. Like I seen the group chat blow up, and I was like, "What's going
What
on?"
are they
Like,
saying?
it was
What they-
interesting. They were like, and they were just going all like they're watching it right now. And those those three guys right there.
What are you guys saying?
And those three guys are my ride or dies. Like,
Aw, shout
my
out to them. Hi.
my
Shout
man
out to
Ray,
them.
he's from Queens. Ride or die. We sleep next to each other. Like
Oh,
my bunk
that's
is here, my
dope.
bunk is there. It's my man Davis. He lives upstate New York. He just got married. So shout out to him and Claire. I'm happy for them. And then my man Flores in Texas. Fuck Texas. Throw that out there real quick.
Wow.
Throw that out there real
Fuck
quick
Texas.
because we go this back and
Like
forth.
it's so funny. Like when they're broadcasting on like news, and people be like, "Oh, it was very unfortunate what happened." But shout out to
Right.
shout out to my cousin, and back in
Yes,
Brooklyn.
my someone just got
Shout out to
murdered. Yo,
somebody's
it's very
like
unfortunate.
somebody's like still behind them, like
Right.
shaking
That
and
is
You're gonna be
shit.
like shout out.
There's
shout
like
out
a
my man
coroner.
from Texas. Like they're my people. Like
There's
Well,
an
since-
on-site investigation
Since
and
they're wrong,
shouting
let's
people.
make it spicy. Let's talk about sex.
Oh, that's funny because the last time we had this conversation last year.
He's ready. Hold on.
Francis like, okay, to the good part.
Right.
It's funny because
Finally.
the last time we got into this conversation about sex and priority, I said a couple things about my sex life that like hung me. So I was like, and I
It
thought
was
back,
real controversial.
Yeah, so I thought back to it, and I was like, and I sat there, and I was like, I really didn't mean to like say in that semi-texture. Like I meant
No,
to say
we
it
were-
in a positive way, but it was like,
Here at the Wind Down, we're real, we're honest,
vulgar.
and
Yeah.
we just say what we say,
talk
and
about being fucking nasty.
we'll
and shit.
look at it after and be like, oh, that's
Trust
what I
me,
said.
there's been times I'm like, oh,
Like, that
why
shouldn't
did
even
I
be
say
said.
that? But it's like, it's somebody out there, so I'm just like, fuck it. You don't
And-
like it, then don't listen.
Looking back to that episode, I was so shy to talk about it.
First of all, Vinny
Yes.
was like, wait, something about sex. He's like, well, and then it's me. Do you like to have sex? I love to have sex. So like,
And
I'm like,
I'm
oh,
like,
what a
yes,
whore.
I'm gonna tell my Jimmy do all this.
yes.
I was like, and Vin was like, yeah, but you know what I mean?
Me and him with the most like, loud
And
ones.
I'm looking at Vin, I'm like, this ain't you, Vin. Like, I know how you are, Vin. You loud about
No,
like.
definitely, but I was definitely a year ago. I was not comfortable.
It just made me think about the last two. Wait, you guys have to tune back in. What episode was that? But Vinny was going. I was so shocked and it's so proud.
Was it comfortable?
Yeah,
like,
sex and comfortability. Sexually comfortable.
Sexually
I don't know. We don't even know our
comfortable.
titles.
Yeah.
It's that
It's
one.
the wine.
It's
Sexually
wine.
comfortable. Yeah, that one was really funny. So
That one
definitely check
was.
it out. I went in and it was so
Oh,
funny.
you went in?
So
Yeah.
how's your sex life in the army? Do you have one?
Sex life in the army? Nah, you don't have one there. Like, right now, like,
it sounded
especially.
like a
Nah, especially in base training, you don't have a sex life. Like, there is no, like, not just, like, there is no time for that. Like, you're too busy training and everything, and it's like, there's no time for privacy for that. Like, there's no chance for you to do that while you're in base training. And plus, like, some of the girls look like they're dykes, so it's like...
And so I mean, is it even allowed? Is it?
It's not. It's like, it's not allowed.
It's not.
But nothing's ever allowed.
Yeah, nothing ever allowed. Like, there's one of the battalions I know, like, there's co-ed, and there's people that build relationships there. Like, a lot of people could build relationships through base training, but it's
I'm
like...
sure. You have equal, like...
Yeah, it's like, every time you see each other and everything, so it's like, you know, they build a relationship, but, like, as far as sex-wise, like, rarely happens. Especially because, like, there's, like, sharp and everything, so it's like, nobody's, like... You're very hesitant about what you say to a female, because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, you get fucked over with that.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, so right now, like, base training, there's nothing like that.
But you're not at base training right now.
I'm not. What's the tea?
What's the tea? The tea is nothing. Like, I've been same way.
It's Lipton tea, unsweetened.
Nothing.
It sounds like he's gonna get hung if he says what's
right.
the tea.
No, I'm not getting hung. There is nothing to get hung about. Since I've been home,
nothing.
It's been nothing.
Okay.
So right now the time's been like about family and
I've spent time with
just
my family,
reconnecting with
hanging out with friends and everything. But as far as like,
how is that for you though?
Sex life, like
the fact that you don't have a sex life. How is it
at the moment?
Right.
At the beginning, it fucking sucked, cause it was like, damn, like I'm gonna like no sex. What? Like I before that it wasn't like I was having sex constantly. It was just like, you know. But now it's like, damn, no sex. But now looking back on it now, it's like I went 4 months without sex, and it's like
I could
whatever.
Go another 4.
Like
I could go another 4.
I'm not stressing it.
He said that to me, and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, like I can go another 4. Like I got no problem with that. Like it is what it is.
But like you said, it's like at first, obviously, I'm sure of what you're thinking about, and then after a while, it's like, okay, it's not going to happen, so I'm just gonna accept it.
Yeah, so like, I'm not gonna have sex. Like whatever. Now I'm back home. The first thing everybody was talking about, like one of my Joce started looking at me. He points at people about what they're gonna do when they get back home. He was like, you're gonna get fat. You're gonna get fat. He points at me and says, you're gonna get someone pregnant. And I was like, chill. I'm not chill. Just like, it's not even like that.
That's how true it is.
Yeah, I was like, chill. Not even like that. But now that I'm home, I'm just like, no, it really is not like that. Like I'm not home. Like, not that I don't have the time to do this. Like I don't like.
You don't really care. So
I don't care for it. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, like if I'm gonna go down that line and do something like that, it's gotta be with someone who I want to be with, who I want to spend my time with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just like what I've been doing lately, just spend time with family, hanging out with friends, playing ball, working out, keep my regular routine. So it's like sex is not really like up there right now. It's like what it is.
I do have a question though, because I remember last time we were talking about it, and you were saying that you don't want to have you don't like random sex, and you wouldn't have random sex. How does that change?
Same thing.
Oh wow.
I wouldn't.
I thought it would change. I thought it would be like
it's
whatever.
Sometimes like regarding like because of this uniform, like people like some reason why it's like
they're like, ooh.
Women love
women love it, and it's like it's easier.
Joce
I don't know
knows.
what it is. I know.
I
know.
It's easier, but
it's easier,
but it's like it's not the same. It's like I don't want to be like go to the bar and like pick somebody up anymore and like sleep with them. It's like what's the fun in that? Like I'm not. I guess I'm still fairly young, but I'm at the point. It's like
that's just not you.
I don't want to have like random sex. Like I want to have like, hey, let's have a family sex, hey, let's build a future sex. Like hey, let's help each other's career sex. Like
I see.
You
want to
more.
grow.
Yes, I want growth. I don't want like that random shit like a year ago I was with the shit.
Right.
Now it's just like. It is what it is. Like I can go another 4 months without it.
You'll be fine.
I'm fine with it. Like I've gone 4 months without it. I've been here home. What? Today's Monday. I've been home most of the week. I haven't had any, and I'm fine without it.
That's good.
I mean.
So how about you, Joce?
Yeah, how about you? Don't talk about me. Don't talk about you.
What about me? First of all, this is Vinny's favorite fucking topic to ask me. But we had our 1-year anniversary, which unfortunately Steven couldn't make it.
I really wish I was there.
Vinny publicly addressed this in front of people and asked, as I was giving a nice little speech, are you having sex? Can you hold a conversation and can you ask?
Are you having sex?
And I wasn't. And then I swear after I said that, like the next 2 days passed and then I had sex. I
Jocelyn was like, no, right now I'm not having sex. This, and the third.
And then, like, a few days later, I must have.
And then I got a text, like, almost a week later, like, you know what's funny, Vin? Like, you spoken into existence.
You definitely did.
Like, I spoke that man into your bed.
You definitely did speak that man into my bed. Thank you. It was great. That person was awesome. Didn't work out.
Yikes.
Yeah, it just didn't work out.
But do like, because Steven was saying, like, family sex and have
Right,
future
that's
sex.
what I was going to.
Do you have that, like, sex, or you just have, like...
Before, I was just having, until recently, I was having, like,
It's been a year since we spoke.
Yeah, that whole year, minus a month, I guess you can say, I was having meaningless sex. Like, it's just like, I love to have sex. I love everything sex.
So now it's like you're at the...
I'm at the point that it's like, what is the point? Literally, like, it's like, okay, obviously I like to have sex, cool, that's great. But then what we were seeing too in the last year, one of our viewers mentioned something like, when you have sex with people, like, they leave their, I guess, spirit kind of inside of you. And it's true.
They're
and
a
I
part
feel
of
like,
themselves.
yeah, and it's very true because
I forgot who it was.
Vilma.
It was Vilma.
Shout out
to Vilma
Yes.
Jasmine.
I really
Shout
hope
out
you're
to
tuning into
Vilma.
this right now.
I know. So thinking about it too, I think it came to a point where I'm just like, okay, we're having sex. Not that I wanted it to go anywhere far, because I don't want a relationship, but it's just like there's not even really a growth in a bond, or not even a friendship. So it's like, I don't know, it just became redundant in a sense, and I was just over it. And yeah, that's my take right now. I deleted all my little dating apps. I blocked a lot of numbers because I don't want anybody texting me or hitting me up on Instagram.
And tempting.
Yeah, and so it's funny. The other night I was laying in bed and I was drunk, and I'm like, who can I call? And I'm going down my list, and I'm like, I really don't want anybody here. Like, it's not intriguing.
So, like, are you, like, more comfortable with having someone new, or going back to someone?
Why? Because our conversation earlier? That's what you want to ask this question?
No, not that's beside that. That's beside that conversation. We keep that in the vault. Like,
Okay.
We keep that away from.
Okay.
But it's just like from like.
Vinny's gonna ask what it is.
Yeah, he's gonna ask about it.
No, I'm just saying, it's like, you guys had a whole separate wind down without me. Wind down with Joce and Steven.
It wasn't the one that was
I was having FOMO. I was texting Joce, I'm so mad.
You
so
weren't. We were
late.
talking about the juicy topic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss this
Would
out.
I rather go to someone new or just go back to my own?
As in your sense, like, not just like in general, but just like, is it easier to like move on to like, if like, let's say you want to have sex, you're in one of those moods, is it easier for you to just to go with somebody with someone new, or is it like, were you more comfortable like, let me just hit him up, see what he's doing?
I'll be completely honest, it's easy both ways. Like, I could hit up, I'm not trying to sound, I'm gonna sound very like cocky and like vulgar, but I could hit up people and it's new or old and it's fine, it'll happen. But for me, I think it depends more on like what the person's intentions are and like the bond that we have, because I don't mind. I'm not insecure.
And that's now.
That's now. Like, I'm not insecure. I could have sex with someone that I don't know, and I'll be perfectly fine, and I'll be comfortable in my body, and I'll like have fun, and I'll enjoy it. But I don't know. It's more to that, because usually, like, when I was having sex, that it was just like whatever. I want that person to leave. I don't want you to touch me afterwards.
We spoke about this on our last.
They're sexually comfortable one, right?
Yeah, on one of our last episodes.
Yeah, like
on the dreams.
Oh yeah.
With
I was
D.
drunk.
No, definitely.
I don't remember, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we did speak about it, especially with her. But yeah, like, I don't want you to touch me. I don't want to like cuddle with you. I kind of just want you to
You're
go.
like over it.
Yeah, I'm over it. It's like, okay, you did what you had to do. Great, we both had fun. It's time for you to hit the door.
I think does it have to do with you having like a lot on your plate? Like, you're so focused on other things that you're like, all right, like, you know, like, I don't even have time to like fondle. Like, you know, I gotta get it going.
In a sense, yeah, but also I've grown to love my independence, and I've grown to love just being alone. And after, like, I know what it is that we're doing. I know it's not going to turn into a relationship. I know we're not going to talk every day, so why would I cuddle with you? You know what I mean? Like, why? There's not going to be a bond. We're not going to grow. Our intentions are clear. Why would I?
You know, also, because a year ago, it was just a couple of months that you were fresh off of
Oh,
a
yeah, my
relationship.
yeah.
So I think, like, maybe you were already used to having somebody there with you, like, in a, like, you know, more comfortable and more, like, intimate relationship, that you were kind of looking for it.
Honestly, like, that person is still the only person that I'm ever, like, extremely comfortable with to sleep over the night and to cuddle with and to, like, love, because I still love that person. And it's like that I will always, I feel like forever, be that way with that person. But there was a guy too recently that not recent but whatever, and we were kind of getting there, but I'm kind of the one who pushed him off. Like, he would say nice things like, oh, can I sleep over more, and I would ignore him. Then when he would leave, he's like, are you gonna miss me? And I'm like, what miss? Text me when you get home. Because I'm not, I don't want to have this conversation.
Don't miss the door.
Right.
Don't miss the train. The train
don't miss the train. Yeah, don't miss your Uber.
Oof.
Yeah, I just don't like to make something more of a situation.
Is it that because you don't want to anticipate disappointment, or you just...
I think so, in a sense, yeah, because the last person that I was, like, with, and we were actually, like, seeing each other frequently, I low-key was starting to not catch feelings, but I did like being in his company. And we did kind of have, like, I felt like I could be myself around him. Like, it was dope, but it just didn't work out. And I low-key was hurt about it. I was like, I don't want to feel this way for a very long time. And like you said, too, because I'm trying to do this stuff with my business and trying to do the real estate stuff, me thinking about having to be in a relationship or even to entertain a man that I don't even know, and it's like you have to grow. You're going to get into arguments. It's going to be a whole nother thing. Do I really want to do that right now?
I feel like that, all that depends on the person you're with.
Of course.
Because it's like, we're all at the age, it's like, we're not here for the funny games
but
anymore.
Some are. Like, what scared him, which I don't know why the fuck it scared him, but was because there was one time I was drunk, obviously. That's when I, like...
What scared the person?
Yeah. I was like, am I the only person that you're talking to or that you're seeing? And I guess in that sense, he thought that I only wanted to deal with someone who was only dealing with me. Which is not true, because I had other people too. Like, that's not the case. But, I don't know, something about that conversation scared him, and
it just went south.
Yeah, so there are men who are older than me, because he was older than me, and they're just not ready to commit. They're not ready. He's never been in a relationship before, ever. He's like 28, I think he was 28.
Have you had sex with somebody, like, younger than you?
Yes. I had to think about it. Yes. He was.
I was thinking too. I was like, I for a second I was like,
Right.
How long, you cougar? How old?
I'm 23. He was 21. He just turned 21. It's not that young. But for me, I feel like men, no offense, I mean, you're not, like, you're younger than me, but you're very mature. But it's like a lot of guys who are younger don't have maturity and are still, like, they still, I mean, even older men, they still want to fuck around, or they just are not clear, not even fucking around, but you're not clear with your intentions, and you feel like you have to, like, finesse the situation when you could just be upfront, blunt. This is what I want. I don't want this.
Why can't... My problem
communication is not hard.
Why can't people just be like, hey, you just want to mess around for a little bit, want to mess around? Like, I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want something to mess around with. I think you'd be good.
And I'm always that person to be like, listen, I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want something consistent, though, because I'm not the type of person that wants to fuck 10,000 people in one summer. Like, that's just not how I am.
I don't fuck one person for the next couple 2-3 months. Like, be consistent.
Right. It's not hard.
And it's like when I get tired, you don't want to look for somebody else.
Right, especially if the sex is great. We know, I'm not delusional. We know we have chemistry. We know it's amazing. So why is there, like, but again, yeah, he was younger than me and it didn't work out.
And like, things can evolve from that. Like, I could just start just to have this casual sex to, hey, you want to go out to eat? Let's go out to eat. And it can evolve to, like, hey, like, you want to come over and hang out? Like, just hang out, not sex-wise. And it's like, it can evolve to something better.
But then that, too, as a woman, it's like, we can have our intentions and whatever the case is, but when you're spending, when you're spending time with someone, of course, things build up. Whether you want them to or not, you're always seeing that person, you're hanging out. But for us, it's like, I know, one guy, I think it was the young guy, we had stopped talking probably like for a few weeks. said he didn't want a relationship, which is cool because I didn't either. He didn't want anything serious. I go to the club. I see him in the club. Obviously, I don't say hi to him because the way we left off was not really that great. But he's there with a whole nother girl, and I'm just like, my love, you could have just said you didn't want to do anything with me. So I feel like a lot of guys need to understand that you could set your intentions, but be clear with them and stick by them. Don't tell me I don't want a relationship right now, blah, 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 and that's just it. Just say with you, I don't want a relationship with you. I just want to have sex, and that's just that.
Or be honest, like, hey, I don't see us
growing, or it's something that's fun. Cool, I got you.
Oh, wait.